Hey there, this is Derek from Pacific Coast Auto in Japan. We're looking here at an Audi RS4. This one here is the B5 generation, or the first generation of the RS4. Comes with a 2.7 liter V6 engine, 5 valves per cylinder with twin turbo and 4-wheel drive. This engine puts out 375 horsepower. The RS4 is a famous car by Audi, I guess the competitor to an M3, but this one being the first one is very special. Comes in the station wagon only for this generation, no sedan for the first gen. And I guess you could call it a first gen. The RS2 was an Audi car that this was kind of playing homage to, and then it became its own thing. Now the RS2 is very cool. We've actually had a chance to export one of them. No more of those in Japan. In fact, this one here was imported to Japan from Germany by the looks of it, because it has German stickers everywhere. RS4s around the world are not that easy to find, so this is my lucky day that I get to see one of these, and right after I'm done this video, I'm going to drive it. This one with a 6-speed manual too. A lot of these seem to have DSG transmissions from what I've seen, so the 6-speed manual, that's lucky, super lucky for me. I would much prefer to have one of these with the 6-speed than the DSG, and I think a lot of people, especially collectors, would like that as well. The RS4, they only made around 6,000 of them worldwide. And so, yeah. Oh, so good. So lucky for me. Alright, this one's 60,000 original kilometers. Engine is in excellent running condition. The driver just brought it in today, and he said it is amazing to drive. 5 valves per cylinder is very cool. Twin turbo. 375 horsepower is a lot. It's not a lightweight car, but 375 horsepower is not a low amount of power either. Come on, there we go. Alright, so this is a post-purchase inspection. This one's going over to Canada after it is done here. And let's have a look at it. So I don't have any reason to keep the engine running, so I'll turn that off. Just give you a quick look at what the gauge set looks like here. With it running, no warning lamps or anything on there. 59,170 kilometers at the time of shooting this. Very cool RS4 gauges. No pixels missing, which is an Audi thing. And I'll come back to the interior in just a sec, but it's so nice. Interior is so good, exterior is so good, and that 6-speed manual, wow. Now I personally drive an R32 Golf, not anymore. I used to. It's in Canada. It's still my car for when I go to Canada, which I'm going in less than a month to go drive my R32. This is like the R32 on steroids, because my car has the 220 horsepower 4-wheel drive. This one here has the longitudinal engine with the actual 4-wheel drive, the Audi Quattro 4-wheel drive. This is so much more of a dream car than my car, even though I'm in love with my car too. So let's go over this auction inspection sheet here. It's a 2001 Audi RS4 Avant. This is auction grade 4. Now they said an interior C, but I'm going to call that BS. Really, the only reason they got a C is because the headliner is saggy, I think. Really, there's no other damage that I could find. 59,135 kilometers. Original 6-speed manual sunroof. Alloy wheels, power steering, power windows, leather seats, and airbag. Very cool leather seats in this, and more on that in a sec. Purchased from user, leather seats, sunroof, original wheels, and authentic mileage in the 50,000s. Also, imported car with a question mark. I believe also that it is an imported car. So front section here has scuffs. Windshield rock chip. Otherwise, look at this, U1, U1, A1. All of that very tiny damage. A1 can be buffed out. U1 you can't even really see. I'll give you a quick look. And while you're looking here, notice the RS4, in case you didn't know, has wider fenders than the regular A4 or S4 from which it is built off of. Also bigger brakes, much more powerful engine. And you know, it is the same engine as the S4, just in a higher state of tune. Somebody who knows these cars better than I do will be able to tell you exactly the differences. I don't really know. You can make the S4s really fast, but you're not going to have an RS4. And a lot of the value in this comes from it moving towards being a collector's car. Okay, so headliner is saggy a lot. This is the report from the inspector. Seat wrinkles, wheels scratched. Front area has various rock chips. This is probably the biggest problem on the hood, and the front bumper has a lot of rock chips. Underside one part surface rust, very small scratches and dents. And that's basically it. So I'll come back to the rock chips after I get run over by a Nissan Caravan. Let's not do that. Sorry guys, I don't know what you're doing for your job right now, but I'm looking at RS4. Such good looks, and the wide track from the back is so aggressive looking. I love this. Dual exhaust there, subtle RS4 badges on it. Bumpers are a little bit more extreme, front, back, and sides. Because of the wide track here, the side skirt actually is more aggressive as well to fit that. Condition of the paint is great. There are the rock chips, but there's really no UV damage. And the paint looks like a high-grade paint. I'm not sure if this will come through in the video, but the paint really has a nice depth to it. It looks like a high-quality, very nice paint. Very different from some of the cars. Like, for example, this black car in the background there. They're cool cars, but the paint looks cheap compared to this. Okay, so the front bumper, this is, well, I remember when this first came out, this was the way that I could tell it's the RS4, is it has those cool little aggressive fins on it. The RS2, which was the generation before this, had 330 horsepower out of an inline 5-cylinder and 4-wheel drive. And those were worth more than these are, but I think they were also in much more limited production. And you can get both of them in that really cool blue color. This seemed to be the thing for Audis. Alright, so already gone over that. We're going to go to next to damages, any sort of damages on the car. There's really only one thing. Rock chips here, here, and as you can see, quite a few. Now the tires are still 2007 tires. So it's 11 years old. They still have all their tread left on them. So somebody wasn't driving this very much, but when they were driving it, they were taking advantage of that 375 horsepower. We also have a few of the rock chips in here, like you can kind of see these ones, I bet. So in order to fix that, unfortunately, it's repaint your hood and repaint your front bumper. But because of the classic status of these cars, I'm not sure if repainting it is going to help with the value. I'm not sure. Probably something better left for someone else to decide on. Okay, going into the back here. Now it has this piece of trim. I'm not sure where that comes from, but the rest of this ultra clean and very nice. I'm so excited I forgot to turn off the car like I said I was going to do, so I'm gonna go do that now and then I'm gonna come back. Oh, the seats are so nice. Sorry engine, I know you want to run and run. Actually, I bet you the engine, assuming that it had feelings, would very much not like to idle. It would be like a track and field 0 to 100 master, not only able to walk and never able to actually run. Let me out, let me go, I just want to go. So it comes with tools, no spare tire in the back there. Everything here looks fine. Why is that difficult? Oh, it's folded in. Oh, I didn't know that you could do that. That's cool. Okay, on to the middle seats. It's a good sized car. I love the fact that the fast one was the wagon only. And it's RS4. Oh, and the brakes have been modified to newer version S4 brakes. Well, at least I think so. It says S4 on them. And they are newer style than something from this generation. 2001 was about the beginning of the modern cars, though. That's when we started getting the AMGs and the BMW M cars started becoming more popular. Recaro seats. Or more mainstream. It's like the first M cars, at least in North America. They were known to enthusiasts, but general population didn't know that if you had an M3, it was really something special. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Or maybe not. I don't know. That's my perception. Now, typical of many Audis, there's scratches on here. Not very many on this one compared to your average one, but that's an Audi and Volkswagen thing. Also, Audi bows. You don't have Audi bows in your car. What are you doing? Okay. So, good condition steering wheel there. Love the carbon fiber trim. Kind of matches the one underneath the hood. 6-speed manual. Heated seats. AC. Again, not missing any of the pixels in there. AC does work. CD player. Very clean. Take a look at the floor carpets. Very clean and very nice. And barely any scratches on that. For some reason, these glove boxes, this is the same as my Golf. That tends to scratch pretty easily. There are scratches here. See that? Kind of scratched. Because this breaks down over time. And then, have a look at the headliner. This is something that happens in Japan. Headliners on Eurocars sag. So you can see it's saggy there. And then right there is like some sort of control panel. And so it sags around that. And then driver's seat. Barely, you know the auction sheet said it had wrinkles in it? Barely any wrinkles for a leather seat of this era. See that? Quite nice. And then this section here can come out. Also power controls, including lumbar support. Nice. Man, all I want to do is stop the camera so I can go drive this. We have exported one before. Some people are wondering about the prices. It's really hard to say what the prices of these are. They're close to world prices. You might be able to get them in better condition here in Japan or compared to other countries. I suspect that higher mileage is common in these around the world. Like 60,000 kilometers for a car like this is within reason here in Japan. It's what somebody would typically drive a car of this age at this point. But around the world, usually you'd have over 100,000 kilometers in something like this easily. 150, 170, 200. Okay. So there it is, one of my dream cars, and this is going to be the first one that I've ever driven actually. The other one was straight to the port with no driving, so today is my lucky day. Okay, so there it is. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day.